As schools in Lagos State prepare for gradual reopening, members of school-based management committee from 20 local government education authorities, including Agege, Alimosho, Koshofe, Akpakpa, Lagos Island and Lagos Mainland, are being sensitized to sustain the remote learning initiative introduced during the COVID-19 lockdown.
It is a laudable occasion because our parents had the purpose that we are meeting today. One, to appreciate their efforts since their inception into the office of Sbmc, and to appeal that the government will be doing its own on its own part, while you, the Sbmc members, you are the implementer of our program.
The chairman of the board, Honorable Wahab Alawiye King, tells the committee to ensure that pupils do not lose interest in learning during the post-COVID-19 phase. He said the emergence of blended and remote learning intervention initiatives is designed to ease transition of school pupils back to classroom and to contain learning loss when schools finally resume.
Following the recommendations of experts, educators, and stakeholders, blended and remote learning strategies should be adopted to ensure learning resumes and continues as smoothly as possible after the interruption of the coronavirus pandemic. Currently, the board runs remote learning classes on TV, radio, and web. Our television program designed to cater for pupils in lower and upper primary classes and special need pupils is called The Classroom in Your Home. Our interactive radio instruction program will also continue to hear on Radio Lagos 107.5 FM and Echo FM 89.7 for lower and upper primary pupils respectively. As members of the school-based management committee, it is our duty to sensitize relevant stakeholders in the basic education sector on our programs and learning platforms. We have to mobilize their continuous use as a media when school resumes, which will ensure that adequate information regarding the blended learning approach is cascaded to parents, guardians, and teachers.
Speaking with Education Report on TV, board member in charge of Lasubeb social mobilization programs, Honorable Shijuade Idowu Tiamiyu, said the essence of the meeting is to empower the Sbmc members with needed tools that will help them to carry out their duties effectively.
Part of this sensitization is that we have even empowered them with tools for them to go back to their community and further cascade this sensitization down to the grassroots, to let them know that while the children is at home, there is need for learning to continue. We are not ready to welcome any form of learning loss. As such, we are continuously ensuring that the children via various means are being sensitized and notified of our effort to make sure that they are learning continuously.
The meeting also discussed challenges confronting them in the communities and the best solutions.
Now, regards what Lasubeb and Ubec has been doing together and the Lagos State government, we really appreciate them giving us information on education of our pupils, the upper and lower classes in terms of home education. We will now go back home, giving information to other parents that our children should not be left just like that, but we should continue to guide them to their sources. They are telling us on the sustainability of those programs that have been going on during the pandemic, especially when the pandemic is at the stage, at the peak stage. Now, what are those programs? The television program, all the e-learning, the radio program that the children have been learning from. So because the school will soon resume now because of the agitation for resumption of school. So they are now looking at how do we sustain this program. And they are now telling us that Lagos State government and Ubec, they are not going to stop the program. Most of the parents, they don't have the first-hand information on how the children can learn. All they know is to just let the children go about street trading or whatever. But our duty is to get out to them, get to these children, tell them how to learn. We have been given a flyer
whereby we can use it to direct the children.
This program to us is a wake-up call for all Sbmc members in such a way that we have to go back home and do another community sensitization, which is referred to as step down. We have to go and step down. In that step down, we have the community leaders, we have the teachers, we have the pupils themselves in it, because we live in our community, and what the government is trying to make us to understand is that them as a government, they are alive to their responsibility.
The representatives from various communities are expected to ensure that adequate information about the blended learning approach is disseminated in their communities.